Ever thought emojis could hack your computer? Well, now they can. A new malware called disEmoji is using emojis to control infected computers. And it's not just any computers, it's targeting government agencies. How do they do this? Is your data compromised? Let's find out. In this video, we will discuss a new type of malware that uses emojis for its commands. Stick around till the end to learn how this works. In 2024, a cybersecurity firm known as Velexity discovered malware in Discord that uses a simple emoji to hack the system. At first, they noticed unusual activity in a zip archive distributed through phishing emails. This zip archive contained a UPX-packed ELF executable, a type of file used on Linux systems. Upon further investigation, they found out that this executable was part of a larger cyber espionage campaign believed to be orchestrated by a group known as UTA-0137, based in Pakistan. Once the malware is executed, it begins by downloading a seemingly harmless PDF file from the internet. This PDF is a decoy meant to distract the user while the malware gets to work in the background. In this case, the decoy PDF was a form related to India's Defense Service Officer Provident Fund. While the user is busy looking at the PDF, the malware secretly downloads additional malicious payloads, including itself. It then starts collecting sensitive information from the infected system, like the IP address, username, hostname, operating system details, and the current working directory. This information is then sent back to the attackers. The malware named disEmoji is a newly discovered Linux malware that's been making waves in the cybersecurity community. It was uncovered by the cybersecurity firm Velexity, and what makes it stand out is its novel approach to command and control. disEmoji actually works through a modified version of an open-source project called Discord C2. As the name suggests, it uses Discord, the popular messaging platform, for its command and control operations. But UTA-0137 has put its own spin on it, creating a unique and potentially devastating tool for cyber espionage. When disEmoji infects a system, it creates a dedicated channel on a Discord server. Each channel represents an individual victim, allowing the attackers to interact with every infected system individually. It's like having a direct line to each compromised computer. Upon infection, disEmoji sends a check-in message to its Discord channel. This message contains crucial information about the victim system, including the internal IP address, username, hostname, operating system, and current working directory. Essentially, it's given the attacker a snapshot of the system they have just compromised. But here's where it gets really interesting. Instead of using traditional text-based commands, disEmoji responds to emojis. Each emoji represents a specific command that the malware can execute on the infected system. For example, the man running emoji tells the malware to execute a command on the victim's device. The attacker can specify exactly what command to run. The camera with flash emoji instructs the malware to take a screenshot of the victim's screen and upload it to the command channel. The backhand index pointing down emoji is used to download files from the victim's device and upload them to the command channel. The index pointing up emoji uploads a file to the victim's device. The fire emoji tells the malware to find and send all files matching a predefined list of extensions. This includes common file types like PDFs, Word documents, and Excel spreadsheets. And if the attackers want to cover their tracks, they can use the skull emoji to terminate the malware process. It's a bizarrely user-friendly interface for something so malicious. But don't let the cute emojis fool you. This is a severe threat. disEmoji also comes with a USB stealing component. It downloads and executes a script that constantly checks for USB devices connected to the infected computer. If it detects a USB drive, it copies all the files from that drive to a local folder on the infected system. This allows the attackers to steal data not just from the infected computer, but from any USB drives that might be connected to it. But perhaps most alarmingly, disEmoji gives the attackers almost complete control over the infected system. They can execute any command they want, take screenshots, download and upload files, and even use the infected system to upload stolen data to third-party file-sharing services. Now, let's talk about how this malware is being distributed. According to Velexity's analysis, disEmoji will likely spread through phishing emails. These emails probably contain a malicious attachment. a zip file with a UPX-packed ELF executable inside. When the unsuspecting victim opens this attachment, it sets off a chain of events that ultimately leads to the installation of disEmoji. The malware doesn't just install itself and start causing havoc immediately. Instead, it tries to cover its track by displaying a decoy document to the victim. In one observed case, this document was a beneficiary form from India's Defence Service Officer Provident Fund. This is a clever tactic designed to prevent the victim from becoming suspicious. They open an attachment and see a legitimate document, never realizing that malware is being installed in the background. What's particularly concerning about this campaign is its specific targeting. The attackers seem to be specifically going after users of a custom Linux distribution called BOSS, which many Indian government agencies use. This level of targeting suggests that this isn't just a random attack, but a carefully planned espionage campaign. However, disEmoji isn't the only trick up to UTA 0137's sleeve. In their investigation, Velocity uncovered something even more alarming. The attackers were also exploiting a vulnerability known as Dirty Pipe, or CVE 2022-0847 in technical terms. It's a vulnerability from 2022 that's been patched for most systems. The BOSS Linux distribution used by many Indian government agencies is still vulnerable to this exploit. This allows the attackers to escalate their privileges on infected systems, potentially gaining root access. When malware infects a system, it typically runs with the same privileges as the user who unintentionally executed it. However, with root access, the malware can do virtually anything on the system. It can access any files, modify system settings, install additional malware, or even completely control the system. It's like giving a burglar not just the key to your house, but the ability to redesign your entire security system. The fact that UTA0137 is using both disEmoji and the Dirty Pipe exploit shows a level of sophistication and determination that's truly concerning. They're not just relying on one method of attack, but combining multiple techniques to ensure they can thoroughly compromise their targets. But it doesn't stop there. Velexity's investigation revealed even more about UTA0137's tactics. After successfully infecting a system, the attackers use various tools to further their goals. They have been observed using Nmap, a popular network scanning tool, to explore the victim's network. This could allow them to identify other potential targets within the same organization. They also use tools like Chisel and Vigolo for network tunneling. These tools allow attackers to create secure connections between the infected system and their own computers, potentially bypassing firewalls and other security measures. One particularly devious tactic they've deployed involves using a tool called Zenity to create fake dialog boxes on the victim's computer. These dialog boxes are designed to look like legitimate system messages, often masquerading as updates for popular software like Firefox. This is done to trick the user into entering their password, giving the attackers even more access to the system. Velexity has provided several pieces of evidence that point in this direction. First, they found that the Pakistani time zone was hard-coded in one of the malware samples. They also discovered weak infrastructure links to a known Pakistan-based threat actor, SiteCopy. Additionally, traces of the Punjabi language were found in the malware code. While Punjabi is spoken in parts of both India and Pakistan, when combined with the other evidence and the targeting of Indian government agencies, it strengthens the case for Pakistani origin. You might be wondering who these attackers are. The malware has been attributed to a threat actor known as UTA0137, which is believed to be linked to a larger advanced persistent threat group called SiteCopy. SiteCopy is a Pakistani-based APT group active since at least 2019. Their primary target is the Indian defense sector. This group has gained notoriety for its persistent targeting of Indian defense personnel and armed forces. SiteCopy's typical modus operandi involves phishing emails centered around defense-related news and affairs. These emails often contain malicious attachments disguised as innocent PDF or doc files. Once opened, these files set off a chain of events that ultimately led to installing various remote access Trojans on the victim's system. Interestingly, SiteCopy has been known to deliberately mimic the tactics of other APT groups, such as Sidewinder and Rattlesnake, in an attempt to mislead security researchers. There are also suspected links between site copy and other Pakistan-based threat actors, like Transparent Tribe and APT36. It is also worth noting that while disEmoji's use of Discord is clever, it also provides a potential avenue for distribution. If Discord were to ban the servers and accounts associated with this malware, it could significantly hamper the attacker's operations. This highlights the importance of cooperation between cybersecurity firms, tech companies, and law enforcement in combating these threats. How do you think cybersecurity experts can improve their methods to detect and stop such creative malware? Have you ever received a suspicious email or link? Share your thoughts in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.